What's up? What's up? What's up, Jo?
What's up?
You tired?
So tired.
Me too. I had my alerts or my alarm set for 7:30, and I woke up and I was like, "Why?" I
Bro,
was like,
sleep schedule's fucked.
"Dude, mine's like,
Stayed up all night.
Yeah, dude. That's what Asia session. That's the thing, bro. Like, I swear to God, even if you're trading like Asian pairs like the yen and all that, I swear it literally the setups take so long to play out. By the time you enter, it's like fucking 1 a.m. and then you like are up for London. I'm just like, fuck, bro. And I wasn't even like, I was mainly just watching shit last night. Like that's how I know I love trading. I literally like if I'm watching a setup that like I just kind of like want to study almost. It's like I'm like watching like a fucking Netflix show or something. I can't stop watching. I'm just like, I
Gotta
just want to see how
pull a
this plays out.
24-hour to fucking fix my sleeping schedule.
Yeah, like mine right now, I'm really trying to get it to where I wake up at 5 every day, and then I just trade from like 7 a.m. till lunch and be done. I think that's the best
Fuck.
move. I'm kind of just sitting on my hands right now. I'm waiting for at least a move up to this area, or if I get another liquidity rate to the downside, I might consider something, but I'm
Bro
not
said I
really.
always 50 lot.
Oh my god, bro. Don't even. Did you see where he's like, uh, fuck. That shit is fucking ridiculous. Yeah, I'm just waiting right now because I think that I see the longs, but I don't have my triggers yet. And at the same time, too, like looking at indices, because that's really all I want to watch from this time of day. Um, like the way I'm looking at just from a structural standpoint, we've got our swing high and swing low. We are bullish, but after that, oh god, don't tell me Swissy did something without me. But I actually took it off my watch just because I just want to use his if I get the alert, which I probably did. I got all my alerts this morning. Oh, I didn't. That means it probably fucking flew. Oh no, I did. I guess I didn't get the alert. Yeah, I wouldn't personally be one to like want to try to short this yet. It's not anywhere near my zone, but you could maybe even catch a long.
Ooh, that
So you've got a
reminds me.
huh?
Oh, never mind. Euro GBP mooned.
Because right here you've got a decent zone, but at the same time you're kind of like making like your internal structure is bearish now, so I wouldn't really try to force anything. Um,
Yeah, CHF or USD CHF is a fucking weird pair.
it really is. I like watching it just for the case study, and we did that
Bro, like the
class.
4-hour is so confusing to me.
It's all just liquidity. It's none of it matters with structure. It's all institutional logic, especially at times like this. Like, it's literally just liquidity. Like, you don't even have to know. Like, you can use supply and demand for entries if you're going to trade it, but not for any kind of bias. A 4-hour market structure means nothing.
Gotta take this shit off my watch list too.
Yeah, I have it on for a case study, but I'm really limiting down. I'm damn near taking USD JPY off my watch list at this point, just because it's
Really?
like, I mean, it's cool, but I might do the same with GJ just because and not. It's just hard to pick between these five, like the EU, GU, AU, GJ, and UJ. That's what I have
Right.
left, but I'm really trying to narrow it down, bro. Like where I'm only trading, like very limited amount of stuff. Like I trade forex early morning, then trade indices during this time, and then trade crypto whenever it gives a setup, whenever that is. I hate to say it, but it's just like I just crypto like the way I want to play it is just wait till uh wait until it gets in these 4-hour POIs pro trend and then do something. But like it violated the fuck out of that area this morning. We could still see a push up, but at this point, I'm just looking to not even really force shit with it, and just, when it comes back up to unmitigated higher time frame POIs, move that way. Somebody said, "Do I ever trade gold?" I traded the other day. I got stopped on it, but I watch it too. Like, it's cool, but it's another one. It's kind of like corn. Like, I think it's like there's good opportunities on it every once in a while, but I think there's a lot of pairs that, for me, I'm all about like optimization. Like, I don't want to be sitting there watching something all the time. That's not what I want to do. So I'm trying to find pairs that move a little cleaner, even if they're not moving in, thousands of pips and swings. I don't really care about that. I just care about how the price action, moves. That's really all I'm worried about.
That makes sense.
Like, I don't care about all the pips and all that. USDJPY, stop that little baby. I literally had a 2 lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just wanted to see because it hit that zone, but
I de-risked when we were like a little bit lower. I'd like trimmed a little, and now I just got hit at break even.
so that's why I don't want to trade this shit, is because stuff like that, like, it just doesn't. There's just macros at play. Maybe at some point, but it's like,
There's no macros. We've
yeah,
been
there's
coming for this
100%.
monthly supply for a long time.
Well, yeah, but
We're getting very close to tapping the monthly supply finally.
why do you think that this has started running ever since the early recession scare? It happens. The yen is known to do that leading up to recessions. But I mean,
Oh,
I understand the TA because I have that level mark too. But I'm talking about like the reason that the anything with the yen is just like for instance, if you go look at like GJ, um, its 4 hour swing structure has been going on for like months. You know what I'm saying? It's just like um, it's been going on since like May. So it's just they make for fickle trading during whenever. Same with the franc.
holy
It's the
shit.
reason the
She
USD
just
CHF.
railed.
What is it, GJ?
Oh, yo, she just railed, bro. UJ.
Oh yeah.
Yep, that's gonna complete my trading day.
What? UJ getting
Stop
stopped?
that on UJ, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm all set for the rest of today.
Today's not the pinnacle of trading days probably. So you're not missing on much.
You know, she just invalidated my TA as well. So that's fucking annoying. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to delete all of this.
That's why I don't like, because it's like if you look um back testing UJ, like for instance, like over here, like you got a bearish break of structure, just comes right back through it. It's just there's just too much at play to try to sit there and do anything but just long it. And even then, it never comes
Yeah, dude,
back
that's what I'm
down.
saying. That fucking break of structure is like why I was ever bearish.
Yeah, and it never comes down to like when you're looking to long, like just the triggers that I use. Like for instance, I like for 4 hour POIs and discount. It never does that. It just goes. So it's kind of like, I think that it's forming though. It's just taking time. Like I think it's going to be a daily distribution range. It's going to be like months. But you got to remember too, like the Japanese economy is like completely dying. So that's another thing with forex right now. Certain pairs that you trade, you got to just they're gonna be fickle because the world economic state. That's why like euro dollar has just been on an endless death fucking spiral. Look at AU. That's why I think that it's better to focus on indices than anything right now because there's so much money being moved in world markets that you're most likely going to see the best moves on indices because that's where like a lot of the big players are cycling their money and mitigating. Let me grab this coffee. 1 second. Alrighty, I'm back.
Okay, so I was saying, do you think BTC will revisit the 19.7?
Do I think Bitcoin will reverse to 19.7? I think there's a good chance. Or reverse at. You're saying reverse at 19.7. I think it has a good chance to go to 19.7, and that would be a potential zone possibly to short, but you are pretty far in a discount of the 4-hour range. I mean, while you are bearish, you it's it's not the most ideal of setups in my opinion. You want to have something above equilibrium. That's why I have this POI right here marked out. This is where I'd be a little more interested personally. But you could monitor price action and watch there. If that meets your trading rules, then But personally, for me, I'm not probably gonna entertain anything there, just because it's not in a premium of the higher time frame range. So Nos is making the best recovery. Dirty 30 is actually seeming to want to give some form of possible entry model. This is what I need. We don't want it to just come down and make a immediate V-shaped recovery on a 15-minute, because then we have no entry, or I don't. You want it to come down like it did, come up, make a new low. That way we might have a new area to trade off of. But it's a better setup in my opinion. I want to go over and refine this, because another thing too is, if you look, a lot of these we really didn't even hit, where I would say actually it tapped into this 1-hour order block. If you go down and refine these candles to where the demand stepped in, you want to make sure, which I would say right here it did. If it tapped into this zone, or it might tap into it on this next little downward raid. This is probably the setup I'll be watching today, unless SPX or SPY or NOS come down and make a little bit more of a move, which I hope they do. Let's look at the dollar strength index. It's pretty due. I mean, it's questionable if you want to use that as an internal structure break, but theoretically, we just broke structure to the upside again on the internal level. But I wouldn't pay it too much mind, just because of the circumstances with inflation. I don't think that's something you want to really use as like a valid break of structure. So, a ton of people have been asking me what's the link between inflation and stocks, and how does what does CPI mean? And really, the short answer is don't try to use news like that. Like, don't be like, oh well, we're having CPI tomorrow, so I'm gonna long, because a lot of times in history, inflation has pumped the market, right? But the relationship's not. There's no straightforward 2 + 2 rule that can be applied. Like, no skilled investor or trader is going to ever try to play off that. They might play right after it, but anybody who tries to play that, you're just gambling. Like, there's no. If you hit it really big, that's cool, but no one knew that. So if you ever get FOMO or see someone that made a lot of money off of it, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not bashing you if you did that, but you were gambling. It's the same thing as hitting big on craps, which everybody loves doing that, but don't have that as an expectation. And also don't let's just go look at anyone who tried to imagine if you were in longs on anything this morning. First of all, and the volatility that's happened, people say, oh, well, I had a stop loss. Yeah, your stop loss got market filled probably you probably lost 3 to 4% of your portfolio instead of 1. So, you know, don't use that as a barometer as of your safety just because you have a stop loss that's, you know, what you think is being safe. SPX has so much sell side liquidity down here. I have a high probability this is going to get tapped at one point, but I would rather markets push up a little bit and give us an entry for a sell, maybe some buys into sells today, but not really any kind of indication of that yet. A lot of stuff that was bullish against the dollar just got another break of structure to the downside, and nothing really hitting any POIs. Interesting to see how some of this stuff holds here. Seems like it wants to hold on this zone, but we've also got one a little lower. This is the Aussie dollar, but it's trying for this zone right here. I'm gonna look at EU. It's looking ugly. Really, it's all gonna depend on the dollar because right now is a super volatile time. That's why today is not really the best day to try to get into a bunch of trades, especially on currencies. Yeah. US 30 gave what we were looking for. Not really at this point, it's just a waiting game for me. One could try to play a liquid setup down here. I haven't played it on US 30, so if it presents itself, I'll forward test it and document it, but I'm not gonna put any live funds in it just because I'm still getting used to how 30 trades. I would just want a 15-minute break of structure and play the return to origin off that if we get it.
Or if USD JPY versus here, I'm offing myself.
It's probably going to. That's why I don't like.
It built a bunch of fucking buy side liquidity from CPI and it just swept it.
Well, it looks like
and it's only 57 pips away from the monthly supply.
Well, it looks like on like a 1 hour, this could be a UTAD now.
A 1 hour.
Like a larger scale, like maybe I came at 2 hours, something. I don't know. You know what's really fucked up, Jay? Look at my screen when you get a chance. It's really fucked up.
Oh, look at your screen.
Look at this fucking long I had, and I wanted to hold it higher. Like I was like, oh, this shit's so bullshit. I could just hold it to this high. And I was like, don't be a degen. Took it in full, fucking 4R.
Dude, the 1 minute looks like it's about to fucking reverse, have its bearish structural shift, and that's gonna make me cry.
Yeah. See, once pairs like that do that,
bro,
it's
look
just
at the
like
1 minute. That's literally a UTAD right there.
Yeah, but so was last night. It's just like, you know what I mean? It's like, I feel like it's just such a fucking waste of time sometimes to watch certain pairs like this because they will eventually give you what you need, but then it's like, you know, how much time did you spend watching that, and how much, you know, and how many L's did you take or break evens did you take to get that? Like, because for me, like, I'm just starting to look at shit with like these kind of pairs, bro, and they're this bullish. Like, fuck distribution, fuck, because everybody said people were distributing here. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just wrecking people. Like at this point, you know who won trading this? The dumb smart money people who literally just trade fucking order blocks. Let's just look. You just trade almost every order block on this. I was looking at this last night. You don't even have to know shit, bro. Just trade 1 hour order blocks. You didn't have to know anything.
Dude,
like,
she's
literally
fucking reversing.
I'm sorry, I know how that shit goes. That's painful.
That is very painful.
I felt with US 30 yesterday, bro. I literally got pipped out by 3 pips. Me and Mang both did. We got pipped out by 3 pips before that drop. Like, my entry was literally the top. It was entered on this candle right here, this what we thought was a 3 drive, and then it literally went up by like, because I had like a stop loss plus $1, and it hit me for like, it was like 290 or something stupid, bro. Like, what the fuck? But that one lesson I learned from that was, instead, like, I was like, why was I even refining? Like, that's another thing too about low time frame refinement. Like, everybody wants to like get really high risk reward, which I get it 100%, but don't forget, if you don't have to, like, you don't got to do that. Like, for instance, right here in this situation, like, the lesson I learned was, I was like, oh, risk to reward, like, I'm gonna get a stop like just above this high here, and it's like, bro, like, okay, like, really, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't use that stop. So definitely others should learn from my mistake there, because it's like, the reason we refine is to get a better risk to reward. If you already have your risk to reward requirements met, like, don't get tied up and like caught up in the whole like 20R 10R, because people post it, and like, we've hit them for sure. They're definitely, I'm not bashing it, and they definitely present themselves, but don't like let that be your expectation. Like, don't fall in love with that idea, because half the people that are posting them all the time, they're not hitting them. They're just posting them. Like, you see on Twitter, shit like that. People are not hitting every single one of those. It's just it's What's your thoughts on DXY here?
Yep.
You're watching UJ, aren't you?
Huh?
So
What'd you say, DXY?
Yeah.
Look at DXY. I need UJ to rail so I don't feel bad.
Right. It's like, literally, when shit like that happens, it's like, no, now you go up, bitch. That's how, dude. I know how you're feeling right now, bro. I was literally like, I usually don't get like irritated, but I was irritated yesterday with this US 30 shit. And what was even worse is my target was this low right here, so I literally went straight to it. But at the end of the day, it's like, there's always going to be another one.
Yeah, DXY.
I think she's looking like a fat lick right to the upside. Right there. No, it's gonna come down and rebalance. Like, this will really be the decisional point, in my opinion, is that demand zone, because we offered the buy side, took it. Now it's offering the sell side.
Right.
So that's my only bias. I don't even try to look farther than that, and then also like 4-hour structure, which I'm not going to count this as a break of structure upside. I'm still going to say the 4 hours bearish for me personally, just because it got 2 breaks and we lick raid. That's not like enough for me to just have much of a shift. Also, if you look, I mean, it's due for a fucking pull. It's been due for a pullback. Another thing we talked about in the macro stream, and I posted in stock chat, if these 10-year notes start flying, it's going to indicate a weakening dollar, but it'll take time to pan out. But they need to hold this level, really just above this range, but I would like them to hold this daily order block. Fucking AU is really trying to hold this level. I want my lottos to pay. It's not even going to pay much, but I mean, lotto's a lotto. Oh yeah, speaking of, somebody. Oh yeah, you're in here. Okay, cool. Drax, what was the pair? Was it Euro odd? Euro Aussie? Hold on. Let me find forex chat. Oh, and okay, somebody said you sound like the YouTuber Futives JL. But So 6A1 is a bearish, meaning Euro Aussie should be short or bullish. Okay, so for those of you trading currencies, you can use 6, like 6J1 exclamation point, 6A, 6E, 6B. Those are like the majors, the yen, the Aussie, Euro, and the pound. You can use those. There's CME futures on those currencies, so you can use those to see if you know, maybe the TA is agreeing with your TA. Also, JL, if you look at this, it might be a fat ass fucking lick raid, or it could just be a, you know, gonna be making a lower low. And that's the problem too with those, with anything of the yen pair. The yen itself is just like dead, bro. Literally looks like fucking, like the yen literally looks worse than Bitcoin's chart.
Damn, is it that bad?
That's why. I mean, like that's the fucked up. I mean, it oh my god, it's literally, yeah, it's literally like lowest it's ever been since like in the last 22 years. Like it
That's
literally
bad.
looks like, it looks worse than Bitcoin's chart. Like let's just, I swear to God, like look at Bitcoin's chart compared to this. Like seriously.
Head and shoulders.
Fucking head and shoulders on Japan. Like it literally looks worse, bro. I mean, I don't know. Neither of them look great, but if you take like let's say a Bitcoin weekly, it looks worse than the weekly, in my opinion. I mean, it looks like more of like a crazy, you know, death. I'm gonna set an alert on 30, and then I'm gonna look at Euro Aussie. I've never fucked with this pair much before. God, it's been a while. This is like old TA levels or colors. So the weekly is bearish, but you look like you might be in your weekly pullback mode. So, you know, your overall swing here is bearish. You did tap into EQ though, so you could be that weekly pullback could be ending. It didn't really tap into any kind of like supply zone, maybe like a monthly. No, maybe if you consider this supply zone, I don't know, but I mean, if you were looking to long it, because the thing is you got to be aware of, in the weekly internal structure theoretically still is bullish. So you don't have a reason to believe that it's pulling back just yet necessarily. So you want to trade in the context of that and understand, you know, you are near an invalidation point. So that would be good for your so you're saying it's bearish. Okay. I think it could be starting to that you know, the weekly continuation, but it hasn't really given me what I would want from, you know, for that. And you also on your daily structure, this would be the swing zone I have, and you're bullish, and you're sitting in a daily demand zone. It has already been mitigated, so I don't know how much that's really going to hold. Like looking at that, so now we want to look at it like, okay, well, the daily you know, seems like it's in pullback mode. You know, under this level right here, you know, you wouldn't really be anticipating the daily continuation. So with that marked, just so you can, you know, keep an eye on that, the 4-hour swing structure is bearish, and looks like you've came back into optimal trade entry into a POI. If we refine this, probably refine it some more if it were me. Personally, I'd look for that, just because if we go all the way into 15-minute, that's really the only unmitigated supply zone or order block, in my opinion. Everything else had been like, because if you look at like this candle, like price traded through it and then came back into it. So like any orders that were in that candle, I would view them as cleaned up. So I would, if I were gonna short this personally, and I, this may cause me to be a miss, or if it doesn't, I'm not gonna trade it. But if I were watching it, I would wait for this. If you trade just the 4-hour POI, you're in there, but you haven't gotten a internal break. I mean, really, your internal and your swing structure and the 15 minutes the same. So at this point, and I would be just watching this zone for a confirmation. If we could come down into this area and mitigate and then move to the upside, you might get like a scalp long there. That would be, I mean, pretty aggro, but it'd be an invalidation point too, because theoretically, if you break down under this, that would be like your trigger to tell you the 15 minutes shifting bearish, in your 4-hour refined POI, which would lead you to like, okay, well now I can target the week 4-hour low, maybe even the daily low. I would focus on the 4-hour low, but I think it's still developing. I would watch for it in this, whichever zone it hits first. That would be kind of like the next step for me. Actually, wait, hold on. Did this close or not? This is a fickle pair. That the daily was doing the same thing. It did close. So, I mean, for me, I have to follow the rules. That's a closure. So my new 15-minute swing structure would be this right here. You've got this order block that maybe if you want to refine it, because the other one did get traded into, so I would refine it like maybe to there. If you get a like a 5-minute change of character in here, you could look for longs. I mean, it's counter trend, so the higher probability setup would be to just wait for this up here, because you're at a really decisional point. I'm interested to see how this plays out. I'm gonna paper trade this. Don't think I'm telling you to take this. I just want to see how it ends up playing, or if it ends up playing. Because I don't. This is something I would play on SPY or NAS, the setup, but I've been trying to trade the 30 and see how it works more recently. It's odd because if you look at NASDAQ and SPY, they're not really giving that formation there. If anything, US 30 is given more. What I want is I want to break above this area, that return down to the demand and push up from there if there's enough, if the risk reward's good enough. These Aussie dollar lottos are trying to do their thing. Bro, you know what's fucked is I literally had fucking limits on GU off like this alert right here. I had limits off this zone with stops just under the low, like the major low over here. And I was like, I might leave these through CPI. And I was like, don't be an idiot. That's just super, which it is. So I'm not really like upset I didn't, but it's just funny that it did hit. It's always nice, even if you don't take a trade, to see our bias unfold in the right way. It's something to document and take note of.
Hey, it's all good, bro. Fucking round trip $1,200 is when I got fucking body slammed by CPI. Fucking awesome.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, it was like in my head, I was playing it like, bro, this is fucking Lambo time.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Like, fuck it. But,
right.
Yeah, it was good stuff, man. Really fun.
Well, I hate to hear that, but at the end of the day, you probably.
Nah, I broke even. It's not a loss. So.
Oh my God, JL, don't look at fucking US dollar yen. Oh, that fucking sucks. Holy fucking shit, bro. God damn. I don't even want to look at it. DXY is doing that dump thing. Yeah, I think it's going down. Let me check the YouTube. My bad, guys, on YouTube. I've kind of been bad sometimes at checking the comments. I don't get notifications for it. Okay, so somebody said, oh yeah, the US 30 got fucked by a 2-bar too. That shit was awful. And what's up, Humble? How you doing? Whoever said, did you were talking about looking for USD yen shorts? Fuck. Hopefully you saw that. What's up, Easy? Fuck, bro. That's such fuck shit. That's just this pair for you, dude. I swear to God, this shit is like max pain. Me and JL were trading it last night in, where was it? I think it was right. Yeah, we were trading it in here. It was a pretty nice setup too. Or wait, no, what time was it? Yeah, it was like in this area, right? What was it that? Oh yeah, because I went to sleep right before. That was where I got break even probably right here. I was like, I don't remember this, but we played it off of this level right here. We got in super nice entry. It was like somewhere like right around there, like 137. I think mine was like 137.20 or something. It was like, no, it wasn't that high. It was somewhere under this area, but literally held it till down here. My take profit that I had for my partials was this fucking low, and then it just reversed. Stopped to break even. That's this pair for you. Yeah, I'm still waiting on US 32 bar 2. I want to get this right here. Seems to be respecting this. I mean, it didn't really even come in the fair value gap. Usually the setup that I'll play on indices is this exact. You come down, rate a low, then you take the high you just made and leave this fair value gap. And then price comes down and moves up from there. I'm trying to do more case studies on US 30 because from what I have seen and also what I've been told by people who trade it a lot, that I know and trust that it's pretty fickle with its price action, and it trades a little more cleaner with supply and demand than the other indices, because I don't even really use supply and demand only. I wouldn't. I want to see liquidity rates most of the time with indices. Beautiful Wyckoff on US 30. It actually does look pretty clean. I'm not even like a super big Wyckoff guy. I can see that. Yeah, for those of you that are watching or anybody that's in the Discord or anything that's just like itching to get in a trade, just don't force anything. If you see your setup and it meets all your criteria, take it and execute. But oh, you're saying the 1 minute. Okay, yeah, that would make more sense. I was kind of like, yeah, this right here would be like the IC, and a lot of times the ICT method, it's just the spring of Wyckoff a lot of the time. Or even sometimes it's like the sign of weakness bounce on a redistribution pattern. I've noticed that as well. See, I wish we'd have came down and made a lower low, because for me, we need to still get all the way above this to confirm if we're bullish in the 15-minute again. Oh, you got the same target for entry. Nice. I'm not gonna trade this, but I'm gonna forward test it. If anything, for me, I want this high to get taken. And now, well, now if this high gets taken first, then I'll probably be looking right around the same area. So Bitcoin, SPY, NASDAQ look fucking identical right now. They've all got well, that's not unmitigated. SPY is mitigated. I think NAS and Bitcoin have unmitigated supply up above. That's why I'm not too eager to play this. Also, really going in with my macros, like the stream that or the video we have, it's the macro outlook. I mean, I don't want to be super short biased down here, to be honest. We're sitting on monthly demand, while bonds look like they're ready to rally, which would mean a weaker dollar ensuing. The dollar is at, literally 20-year highs. It's up in this monthly supply zone, and it filled the weekly fair value gap that was in here. It's just like, fuck, man. I know you look at a lot of dollar pairs, like they look like they're ready to, like the yen, US dollar yen. It's almost at its monthly price delivery level. And once we hit up there, if you start to see us reverse in higher time frames, you can look for all the way down here. It's like fucking 900 pips, but I don't know if it's gonna. I think it might be like an extended consolidation, but it's interesting nonetheless. I know Flo's been watching this gold. I think it's gonna be some crazy longs. At some point. Everything macros is just dumping right now. Oh fuck yeah, my fucking YOLO shits are probably eating. Oh fuck. Thought I just opened a fucking 5 lot, it's up 2 rags. I'm gonna be happy if this hits full target. Happy camper. Yeah, sorry for there's not really much as far as like sorry, any intraday movements. I'm not seeing anything that I personally like too much yet. Yeah, somebody said, hate that expensive dollar. Everybody fucking does it this time. Got that choach. I'm gonna hide this and I'll watch this later. Oops. I'll kind of forward test that later. So this is the next one I'll be watching. It's interesting. So we got NOS right up here in this zone, in this supply zone, which was created. The CPI numbers came out, so I'm not super convinced on that, but oh, I'm sleepy. DXY is falling back under this monthly order block. Or wait, no, it's the weekly fair value gap. Sorry. That's the monthly order block. I'm gonna make these different color again. Yeah, interesting level here on DXY. We're at this fractal buy to sell range, a little flip zone here. Could see a little relief on the dollar here, but I wouldn't be surprised to see it keep falling either. Well, I think it's today's gonna be one of those days where we just kind of let stuff develop. You don't want to get in the middle of super volatile news. I have an alert set on 30 down here. Other than that, only setups I'm really watching are maybe SPY and NOS if they get above these highs. But other than that, I'm kind of just sitting on my hands today. I don't think it's a bad idea to do so. Gold's starting to look stronger for sure. Well, on that note, guys, I'm gonna hop off here. I appreciate you guys as always. But till tomorrow, stay safe. Don't get wrecked out there today. It's definitely a perfect day for people to get fucked. But yeah, until then, I'll see you guys later. Peace.